Welcome to Ghosted. We're going to find out what went wrong in your love ship or the connection that you were just recently in, the person that you're thinking about currently. We're going to start off with Libra today. We've already started in Aries all the way through Virgo, and that's in a different video. So I want you to go ahead and check out that video also if that's where your zodiac sign lies. Otherwise, we're going to start with Libra and continue through it until we're all done with Pisces. So we're just going to find out a little bit about the ghosting, of course, as well as any reason from you or them, or, you know, kind of how you guys were in the relationship as well. So we're just going to find out a few things here. Things that we should know specifically, things that we may know, may not know. But let's find out the reason for the ghosting immediately here, Libra. Okay. So definitely there's like, they closed off first. So they were closed off. The door to romance was closing off. So they definitely took that as an open to leave. Whether or not you're aware of that, not quite sure. However, it resonates for you. We're going to find out about you specifically first. Queen of Swords. They might have felt like you were just very independent and you didn't really need them. They might have felt as if there was a lot of distractions for you and you already had a lot of things going on as far as your current life in general. So they might have just even thought that maybe it'd make more sense. There'd be less conflict or less aggression in a breakup if they were to just walk away. But we are, again, going to find out a little bit more here. So the door to romance, though, was open at one time. There was a gate open as far as getting into a place where you could blossom, change, grow with this person. Let's find one last card for you. There's definitely some distractions here, but it might have been just distracting you straight from the love connection. And you're already Queen of Swords energy. I mean, so you could have even been in a place where you were, you know, feeling a loss already. Four of Swords in reverse. Yeah, definitely. You were feeling a loss from, you could have been a widow. You could have just been somebody who had just recently lost somebody, but that was a distraction. And you were definitely just trying to recuperate from that situation. And you just kind of kept going over the past, trying to think about the past. And this person could be alive or deceased. But Queen of Swords always indicates to me like a widow or widower, or somebody who has lost somebody just in specific, like the human's still here, but, you know, it feels like grief. Okay, let's find out about them. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. We have a little bit of growth. Could have been. King of Cups. Okay, that's also in reverse. All right, so they weren't very supportive anyway. They were very much about their own self, their own well-being. They very much were just thinking about their job. Their, you know, even if their job wasn't that great, I mean, that's just kind of where they were. This could have been a new beginning, you know, of growth and kind of moving through any cause to get some stability. This was an ambitious relationship and the self-esteem on this person is a little bit low. So that might have been another reason that they ghosted you. They just didn't have the courage to tell you and you were already distracted. So they were like, fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. All right. Let's find out some things you should know here. There's definitely a third party. I'm not sure if that's for you or them. That's for them. They definitely had a third party, somebody who created stability for them, somebody who boosted their ego for them. This person was very strong in the sense of they needed somebody to hold them kind of up and ground them. And it's almost like, you know, you have your independence over here. You're dealing with a loss. You have all of these things going on as far as conflict and, you know, trying to get out of a cold place maybe, and you're recuperating from that loss. So they went back. They went back to this Queen of Pentacles energy, and it's, again, supportive, stable, strong energy coming from this, you know, a queen, honey, queen energy. Nine of Swords in reverse. All right, so some things that you don't know about them in specific is that there is some trauma, and that brings a lot of confusion to the relationship. That brings a lot of confusion, especially when you're not dealing with it or you're not aware of it. So this person probably isn't or wasn't aware of the trauma that they have. And again, that's something that if they were to work on it, it would get into a place of, you know, just finished business. They'd be able to deal with it as long as they recognized it. Yeah, so the end, it did come to an ending. Again, it's because of that Pentacles and having something to do with the money stuff. So there was a close because of the money, financial stuff, and because of this third party that they could depend on more. And they just kind of skipped town. They're like, fuck it, I'm not dealing with this shit. I will continue on. I will get out of here. See you later. And they just kind of walked out. They just let that door of romance really shut. 7 of Cups, honey, in reverse. Very laggy of energy. Okay, so they're diluted anyway when it comes to any kind of expectations. They had a lot of high expectations or standards or unreal expectations, but this had a lot to do with them leaving too. So it wasn't even so much you, which it never is, but like according to them, they blame. So if it was up to them, they'd be like, well, there was a lot of confusion. There was a lot of cold offness. There was, you know, dealing with recuperation, really trying to get into a place where you're not feeling that loss. I really can't deal with this. You know, I'm going through my own stuff. I just don't know what. And, you know, the financials and the stability aren't there. And I got this other person over here. So basically, this person was deluded. They were really deluded. They lacked any kind of expansion in this relationship, and they would have the whole entire time. All right, likely outcome. The Fool card upright. So you have an open path. Your likely outcome, if you are to move forward with some sort of action and to kind of get a wrangle on your loss and really deal with your grief and get over the shit so that you can move on, will put you in a place where you're right back to a place where you kind of walking around like nothing to worry about. There's nothing to worry about here. There's, you know, just nothing but change ahead, and you're not worried about it. You just ain't worried about it, okay? You could jump, leap, you know, flop, and you would be fine. You'd be just fine because it will get to a conclusion. I'll get to a conclusion. As far as clarity, you're going to get very clear, and that's the 10 of Swords by the ending of this when you close this chapter. So I want you to make sure that you learn from anything that comes, like that has been invented or brought up or made about from this relationship, anything to learn from this situation, especially when it comes to adventure or, you know, excitement, a little bit of drive. Make sure you take from that and you make it a conclusion. You close this chapter, you make this cycle end, because you really want to get into that change place, that place where you're feeling youthful again and happy and, you know, kind of taking a leap of faith, and you don't really give a shit if it's, you know, safe or not. As of right now, there's a lot of worry, a lot of consumed by this distraction of this loss, whatever that was before this previous ghost. And fuck that ghost. You ain't got time for that ghost. I gotta say, you really don't. You have a lot of things to work on, and you want to make sure that you do, so you can get into a changed place, so you don't have to, you know, sit here and deal with people like that, because people like that are going to be karmically put into your life, or, you know, it's going to be somehow tied to your life so that you can learn and move forward. So learn, honey, learn. Get rid of this. You don't have to recycle this and relearn it over and over again. All right, let's get into Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, let's get into your reading. Please hit subscribe, Libra. Thank you. Good luck on your path of change. Hopefully you can get into a really nice place. You can add some intention to your day, add some intention for the rest of the week or the month. All right, Scorpio, we're going to find out why you got ghosted. We always got to know why you got to get ghosted. All right, we're really going to find out now. So we're going to find out the reason first, and we're going to find out a little bit about them and a little bit about you. And also some things that you should know about the situation in order to kind of move forward or move on. You definitely want to get into some sort of, you know, likely outcome, potential energy movement, some intention you can set from this ghosting. We get to learn from the ghosts, okay? They're saving us from a pain in the ass, basically. It is, what does some people say? It's God's way of keeping us safe. Okay, let's find out reason for ghosting for Scorpio, what the universe needs Scorpio to know about this situation. Conflict. They were not strong enough for you. They did not have the strength to stay in this relationship. They weren't strong. They were scared to death to tell you. They really were. They had a lot of shadow. It's almost like they were a god or goddess of the moon, of the anxiety, the shadow work. And, they had a lot of dark within them that they were really trying to toil with and deal with. So let's get more into the reading. We'll find out more about the ghosting. But as of right now, it's just indicating to me that there was conflict, there was some kind of a chaos or damage or some interruption in the relationship, and it really bothered them to an extent in which they lost courage or any kind of patience to be there. And the strength or the courage to even say anything to you. And which is odd because they definitely know how to get into the shadow work or deal with their shadow side or their moon side. They know how to deal with the dark. So they hold up that moon pretty well. I don't understand why. I just don't get it. All right. So first card up for you, Scorpio. All right. So you have a little bit of an obsession. You have a little bit of a bad habit of really kind of holding on to, lacking of positivity, or just like not as optimistic as you normally could be. There's usually an achievement here as far as any kind of ambition or drive. And it's almost as if like the strength or something, the creativity wasn't there anymore. You could have already dealt with this person. But there's definitely some sort of habit that you kind of became chained to, something that definitely is not positive and it's not optimistic, but it's something that you kind of kept going back and forth with. So something about going back over the memories, the past, this nostalgia stuff, and you're definitely kind of like in a habit of doing this anyway. And it's just scary stuff, really chained to something that doesn't make any sense, really chained to the idea of somebody, if that makes sense. And you're probably obsessing over them now. So stop. Okay. It's almost like if you had more positivity, you would achieve within that relationship. But again, you guys were back and forth with each other. And again, they lost that strength or that courage or that patience to even let you know they were out the fucking door. Let's find out about them. Hello, Franklin. All right, we got the Fool upright, King of Pentacles, that's in reverse, as well as our Strength card once again in reverse. Okay, again, that Strength card is coming up. This is just confirming that first Oracle card, just indicating that yes, the brave and the strong, and the person that is always kind of lingering around trying to hold everything real strong and steady, is just, they could not keep up with this behavior anymore. They just kind of went wild. It's almost like everything became meaningless when it comes to this relationship. Okay. They did change. There was a change when they got into this relationship, or kind of like a leap of faith. And they definitely were trying to be open. They had an open heart. They were walking, right forward. And they just get into a place where they just lacking trust with you. So something about trust. So that's definitely being indicated that is a huge reason that they took off, or, went and did something else here. Okay. Because, once where there was stability, it's just not supportive. They didn't feel supported. They didn't feel supported in the relationship. And especially, your positivity and your optimism and your happiness and your warmth was not there. They're not interested in that cold, offish behavior. They could have been an earth sign or a fire sign. Let's find out the actual things that we need to know about your ghosting. All right, so Ace of Cups upright, Five of Swords upright. So this was a new beginning, a new love connection, or, restarting, trying to find some sort of satisfaction within this relationship. Okay. And it's almost like, felt like as if like the conflict here was you almost like obsessively, like being upset with them, or vice versa. Or they felt like, the security in the relationship was there. There was like this look of it. And then came along a third party. So that's where this trust came into play. So they didn't trust the situation because, again, there was some sort of third party who could be an earth sign, also somebody who's physically very attractive, somebody who has a very high self-esteem, they're very stable, somebody that you might have been talking to or just kind of going over the past with maybe. However this resonates, there's a few storylines that are coming out. So now I'm like, oh, past, Six of Cups, past card. There we go. Makes sense. It makes sense. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely someone here, definitely somebody of the earth element, or could even be an air or water. But I'm guessing that this person is somebody who you had dealt with already in the past. So now they have come back. And this is why you got ghosted, because this guy over here knows that your earth sign or fire sign over here, they knew about the third party and your choices that you would have had to have made. And they didn't want to be your choice. So they left. They left. They lost all strength. They let the shadow take over them. They were like, fuck this, I'm done. Okay. And they felt as if you were getting revenge on them. They were like, you know, we started this new beginning. We're going to fill back up, or, you know, start the new beginning, however the story resonates. And they just threw it all away for something else, for something, you know, from the past, allowing the past to really interrupt the current situation. Let's find out likely outcome. Changes to Wands in reverse. 8 of Wands upright. Okay, so there will be some speedy movement. The burdens are not going to go away. So the burdens that you feel from this ghosting are going to likely stay, especially if you don't speed up the action or the movement forward and go with the life flow here, okay? But as long as you keep continuing to do that and really getting into a place where you feel the strength, you feel, you know, creativity coming back, you feel a little bit ambitious, adventurous, you're like, I'm open here. So forever movement action, as long as you get away from these burdens, okay? You really got to close the chapter on that. Again, that is in reverse, so that is lagging a little bit of energy. You need to close that chapter so you can move ahead into a place of more joy, more comfort, get into some sort of a celebration or finding long-term happiness with this new person that you're with, or this new person that they might be with, and you just are alone over here. Again, however this story comes out and resonates for you, it's just a lot of things were popping out here, and there's just so many different stories sometimes that we can make. And make sure that you're really doing some introspection. Make sure you're taking care of yourself and dealing with the inner dwelling, okay? As far as that goes, making sure that that is a forever thing. Always forever be working on yourself and make that a forever kind of energy changing. But these burdens, you have yet to close the chapter on that. So you're obsessively dealing with the burden of this person who has ghosted you, kind of obsessively thinking about it. And it's really adding to the attitude of you, in which you're a pretty happy person. You're pretty independent and warm and inviting. And right now you're cold and cut off, and you're not positive, and you're not warm, and you're not inviting. So go deal with that so you can get back into it. All right, I gotta go pick up a kid. I will be back. Please hit subscribe to Hangman Tarot if you would, please. And thank you. Share, like, and follow. Also, at the end of this video, there's going to be a reading that pops up. Click on it. It'll probably be the next zodiac signs for the ghosted tarot. Also, check out Celebrity Tarot, Celebrity News. I'll be posting shorties, so make sure you check those out also. And if you would, please enjoy the rest of your day. See you later.